Let's talk about getting your deep core stomach muscles activated. Those are the ones that go from your hips all the way up to your rib cage, and they act like a corset, a little bit like this. Okay, enough of that silliness. Let's get back to those muscles. We are talking, of course, about your transverse abdominal muscles. Now, when you have a diastasis recti or abdominal separation, these are the muscles that are really important that you can reconnect with and start building strength with. Those are the ones that are going to support your back, help your pelvic floor, take the pressure off that, and help you get your deep core pressure system back under control. A lot of times when we talk about activating those transverse abdominal muscles, there's a lot of focus down around here, around your hips. But those muscles, just like that corset I showed you, they go all the way up. So I want you to think about them in 3 different layers. This is your bottom layer, and this is the bit that is closest to your pelvic floor down around the hips. So I'm going to put that down there. If you've had a C-section, then those are the muscles that are most affected. That is where the focus normally is. So there's your first layer. We always want to start from the bottom up so that we're not putting pressure down onto our pelvic floor. So when we activate, bottom layer first. Then we're going to come up to that mid layer, around about where your belly button is. We're going to pop that around here. Okay, so there's that second level. The muscle is continuous, but we can activate it in 3 different levels. And then we have our third level, which is up around the bottom of our rib cage. Now, if you have a type of diastasis that is from the navel upwards, then it's going to be these top 2 layers that you're going to want to focus on. If you're having a diastasis that is from the navel down, then you might need to put a little bit more focus on that bottom layer. Okay, so how do we activate them? That is the big question. Always starting from the bottom, you're going to take a nice deep breath in, get in touch with what you need for your pelvic floor, depending on if it's tight or if it's weak. Okay, so a squeeze or just a deep breath in. Then we are going to think about pulling these 2 hip bones towards each other so that you're getting some tension in that bottom layer. Then if you come up on either side of your belly button, you're going to try and pull those 2 fingers a little bit together. So you can pull your belly button in just a little bit, but if you think about pulling it in and lifting it up, then that is going to be more helpful. We don't want to do sucking into the spine, okay? All that's going to do is squeeze you in half, put pressure up into your diaphragm and down onto your pelvic floor. So a little bit sink in with your belly button and then think about pulling it upwards. Now this top layer, I like to think about just those bottom ribs. Think about you having that gummy elastic band between the ribs, and we're going to try and pull those together. So when we activate our transverse abdominis deep core muscles, we take that nice deep breath in, and then we have those 3 layers on the exhale. So breathe out, pelvic floor, level 1, level 2, level 3, and then that is going to feel nice and compressed, just like that corset I showed you earlier, but now we're using our muscles to do it. We've taken the extra pressure off our pelvic floor, our back is nice and balanced, our core pressure system is going to start working properly again.